Hey, I'm Travis Engel. I'm here with Ryan Palmer and Mike Ferrantino. We're here riding bicycles in Marquette, Michigan for the 2018 Bible of Bike Tests. Today we rode the Giant Rain, the Rain Advanced 1.
Indeed.
And this bike went through some changes this year.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it got longer,
You did.
and that's it.
Well, it got longer. It got some changes to the kinematic design, the leverage rate, and stuff like that that were updated a bit too. You know, this bike is designed as an enduro race bike for the EWS, right? It's a bruiser at
Yeah.
going downhill,
Yeah.
for sure.
This is October. We're in Michigan. There's trees, and that means there's leaves, and it means those leaves are on the ground. You can't see where you're going, you know?
Yeah.
And I felt so comfortable on this thing, plowing down these trails, and it just kind of doesn't matter. It'll keep your tires on the ground. It'll keep you safe.
Yeah, you
Like,
just pin it,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really matter what you hit. And
I-
confidence inspiring is the term for sure.
My test notes had a bunch of terms that you would look at possibly in a negative light, but not at all. They're like plank, barge, plow. Like it just doesn't really care what is in the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, along the descending lines, what it didn't do well is play.
No.
If you're somebody who wants to have a big BMX bike, if you want to manual off things, like if you want a bike that is super nimble and is going to be looking for extra credit lines everywhere, it's not this bike.
Yeah, you're not just like riding along a trail hitting all the little things, right? You're like,
It is not playful. It is businesslike. Like the whole like mullet haircut analogy of like business up front, party out back. No, short back and sides. Marine Corps. It is not necessarily designed for fun, but it is very capable at just devouring rough terrain going down.
Yeah.
right. And consider the fact that it's designed for EWS. It's designed for like being timed on the downhills and not timed on the uphills, right? And it reflects that in the way that it climbs.
So about those uphills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Maestro suspension personally. I think that it actually has a pretty decent pedaling platform. Like
Yep.
it kind of, it takes care of the ground well, takes care of your pedaling well,
Yep.
but there's no disadvantage of having a steep seat angle, is there?
I cannot think of one. We talked about this. In fact, Mike Ferrantino, in his judicious look at everything from all sides, the way he approaches everything in life, was maybe this, maybe that, and
And it was a 30-minute conversation that led to,
that led to the fact that there's
there's no reason to not have a 75-degree seat angle,
And
right?
Given current geometry,
Yeah, and this
the
bike,
trend towards slacker, you kind of have to go steeper in the seat angle.
and this bike has a 73-degree seat angle. So I think that what we kind of came to after this back and forth of dead ends is that this bike doesn't care about the climbs.
And if you are strong, if you have long quads, like big long femurs, it's not going to matter. There's a lot of people who are totally comfortable with a less than steep seat angle, but a lot of us short
Really
weak
like
people, I'm so stoked on the fact that bikes now have like 74 and a half and 75-degree seat angles with this
And
current
the
trend in
Kona
geometry.
of 76.
For this sort of travel and these intention of bikes, that makes things better for me.
Yeah.
Going uphill. But a lot of people, especially strong people, are not even going to give a shit.
Yeah.
They'll be fine with it.
Yeah, especially racers, and the spec on this is pretty dialed for racers.
Oh yeah.
The Performance Elite front and rear shock. It's got a fork that has high and low speed compression damping,
Yep.
which for somebody who is counting seconds on the clock, like that's a good way to do it. Just dial your fork in.
Yep.
God, that's an excellent fork.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
a nice fork, yeah.
Yeah. And it's the DPX rear shock. Doesn't have the low speed compression damping, but it still has the DPX performance advantage.
Yeah,
Like, I
this
was-
bike is for EWS racing. If you're interested in getting into enduro racing, it's a bike to look at for sure.
Yeah. I was trying to find quibbles otherwise component for price and that, like $5,400 price point. Giant's house brand dropper post is maybe not as sophisticated feeling in how you push the lever than someone else's, but
Yeah.
that's really that's pretty small criticism to leverage there.
Yeah, and I mean, for a bike that's designed for what it's designed for, I'd rather have a lot more travel in that dropper post, but something you can change out.
Tires were awesome. I really, really liked them. Whatever that imitation cut spike Maxxis front thing is. Rad.
It's the shoddy.
Shoddy, yes.
So it sounds like if you're going to be strapping on a number plate, strap yourself into a giant ring. If you want to check out any other Bike Mag Bible or bike test videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.